Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to learn how to use Datasphere CLI, and before that please subscribe to my channel so that you get regular update on my contents. So what is Datasphere CLI? Datasphere CLI can be used for connecting Datasphere from outside, and we can maintain and develop objects. We can create models, and at the same time we can run certain tasks automatically by writing the commands. So today the scenario that I'm going to show you is that I have already created a table, and using that table I'm going to create a data flow, and I'll create a task chain in Datasphere, and then I'll run it, and everything I'll do using CLI. So let's start. Okay, so as you can see, I'm in a Datasphere screen, and I have created already a table and a dedicated space called DSP underscore CLI. So this is a test table, and I'll show you what it contains. And this is created manually from Datasphere. Let it open. So meanwhile, just to let you know that configuring the CLI in your system and connecting with Datasphere is not what I'm going to show in this video. I'll try to upload a separate video where I'll show the configuration steps. Now, as you can see, this table contains several fields. Account, company, year are the key fields, and then account type and currency. And we have a measure called amount in local currency. Now, I have also uploaded few test data into this table. Let me show you. So I have added 17 records. Now, you need to know that in order to connect to Datasphere instance from your CLI, you need to create a OAuth client. And that is something which you can do in the administration tab. You have to go to a tab called app integration. Inside that, you can create that. And during the logon, you need to pass those information. So I've already logged on to Datasphere. And in order to run all the commands, you need to run it from Node.js command prompt, and this will come as part of the Node.js package. So I have opened it here. Now, first of all, let me tell you that all these, object modification or object creation that will happen through a JSON file, and that JSON file you need to prepare yourself. Now, if you're not familiar with JSON codes, you don't have to worry about it. I'll show you a trick using which you can do it. Okay. So first of all, the local table that I've created, there is something called export to CSN or JSON file. So click that. So there is a JSON file which is created, which is named as test_table1.json. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this file in Notepad. So this is the JSON file, and what I'm gonna do is here I'm gonna copy this table into another table. So what I really need to do is in the definition tab, just need to put the name of the new table. Let's say the new table is target table. Okay. Okay. And then just save this file. Okay. Now in Datasphere CLI, let's come into Datasphere CLI and just write Datasphere objects. Okay. Local tables create. So DSP underscore CLI. is my name of the space. Now I need to give the path to the input file. Okay, let me save this file. Let me put it inside C and a folder named DSP, and let's put it there. Okay, so then the path is C DSP and then the name of the file is test underscore table under bracket 1. Okay, so test underscore table the bracket 1 dot JSON. Test underscore table bracket 1 fine. Okay, whenever you get warning like this, what you can do is you can just refresh the configuration cache. It's getting refreshed. Okay, now we just write same command datasphere objects local tables create. Okay, now it should ask for the space ID first, which is DSP underscore CLI. Then the path to the input file is C DSP, then test table 1 dot JSON. It's gonna take a while. So as you can see, saved and deployed target table in DSP CLI. Now let's verify this. We can go to DSP CLI and we can now see, let it come. We can now see the target table created here. Okay, let's open the target table, see if you get the same structure or not. So you have all the same attributes and same measure. Now we are going to create a data flow which connects these two. Now for data flow also, what we need to do is first, I mean, you can create the JSON file yourself, but what I prefer is that, you know, you create any other data flow. Okay, I'm creating the same data flow first. Okay, let's create any other data flow. And let's put the test table as source and target table as the target. Let's connect these two as same field, so don't have to worry about the mapping. Now here you can export to JSON file. I need to save it actually. So let's call it as Dataflow 1 for now. and the Dataflow one is created. Let's open this in Notepad. And this is my new Dataflow. Now, what I'm gonna do is see for the Dataflow, the problem is that it will come with its dependent object. When you export to JSON file, it will also export the definition of the dependent tables. So here there are one source and one target table, so that dependency is already captured. You don't need that. So what we are going to do is see the source and target table, whatever attributes we have. Okay, let's remove all of these from the file. All right. Now let's save this. Okay, let's call this data flow as CLI TF. Okay, let's call it as CLI TF. Okay, all of the things are fine. Now let's save this as inside C drive DSP. Let's save it as CLI underscore DSP, and let's save it. Okay, now this is fine. Now let's delete this one which we created manually. Which is Dataflow 1. Let's delete this. Now this is deleted. Now we're going to create the data flow using the file that we have just exported. Okay, we have made all the changes in the file. So this is deleted now. So let's type Datasphere objects data flows create. And it should ask for the space ID first, which is DSP CLI, and we need to provide the path for the input file, which is cdsp underscore CLI underscore DSP dot JSON. See, saved and deployed CLI DF. How can we verify that? Let's refresh this. We can go to the flows and we would be able to see the new data flow CLI DF. Yeah, you can just open this and see it for yourself. See, this is created now. Okay, now the next step is that we will create a task chain, and in the same way you need to have a JSON file for task chain. How you do it? You create a new task chain first. I mean, this is not that you have to follow this process. Once you get the template, then you can make the changes yourself to the JSON file and then upload it. This is just for your reference, I'm saying. Okay, so let's copy this data flow into the task chain. So unlike data flow, task chain export doesn't come with its dependency, which means that the definition of CLIDF won't be included in the JSON file if we export the task chain. Okay, so let's save it first. So this is saved now. Let me export it. Okay, I've just opened it. Now this is the task chain. Name of the task chain is this one. So instead of having the task chain name as task chain 1, I will, this is task chain 1. So instead of that, I'll just write CLI task chain. Okay, here also CLI task chain, and I don't have to change anything else here. Okay, let's save it, and I'll go to CDSP and I'll name it as CLI task chain. Okay, and I'll save it. Okay, this is fine now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete this one which I've created manually. So this task chain I've created manually. Let me delete it from here. Let me delete this one and let it delete, and then we will create this task chain again by writing a command. Okay, as you can see, the task chain is now deleted. Now what we write here is that Datasphere um, uh, uh, objects uh, task chains create. So it will ask for the name of the space, which is DSP underscore CLI, and then the name of the location of the file, DSP, then CLI task chain dot JSON. Okay, it is reading that file to create it. Okay, so saved and deployed. Now let's go here and let's go to task chain, and you can see CLI task chain is deployed now. Let's open and see. Okay, you can see the data flow is also added. Now let's run this task chain. Okay, so how we can run task chain? We can just write Datasphere task chains run. So value for the space, which is TSP CLI, then technical name of the object. Okay, which task chain that I'm gonna write? No, run. So CLI task chain is what I'm going to run. See, log ID is generated, which means that it is running. Now let's go into the task chain and let's go to monitor. Okay, here in the details there is a monitor symbol. You can just click there and see it is running at this moment. You can see it is running. The data flow is currently being executed, and it's gonna take a little bit of time. So you can see this, the data flow run is completed. Now the parent uh, uh, chain is also completed. You can see both are in completed status. Now let's see If I get the data in the other table, now if I just go back and now I am in the task chain, and let me open the data flow. And let me open the target table from the data flow. And let's see the content of it. See, all the 17 records are copied. So this concludes my demonstration today. I hope you have liked my video. Uh, Please subscribe to my channel. That will help me grow and give me motivation to upload similar videos in future. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.